Hello, I am the cartoonist M. Rashid. This cartoon was inspired by a comment made by my white supremacist stalker in Denmark. I told you that he created this shrine to my work, dedicated to spin jobbing everything I say, you know, on behalf of white supremacy. So this particular comment he said was in reference to him disagreeing with my critiques against black people in the machine, the sellout figure. And he's like, he hates. His position is that Imraji hates like when other black people are successful. That's the spin. All right, so I do not hate it when black people are successful. Um, the problem is that society has been usurped by the white supremacist figure, the children of the slaveholder, the children and affiliates of the slaveholder, the children of the overseers, the children of the slave takers, the slave breakers, like all the white racist aristocracy are the descendants of that structure. And their entire point of how they move, how they've redefined what business is centered around them maintaining the dominant aristocratical position developed at the beginning of America's peculiar institution of chattel slavery in the land of the free. You know, when my group, the ancestors of my group, the enslaved black Africans, once they were permanently delegated as the bondsman class, that not only was the moment my ethnic group was born, but it was the moment the white racist aristocracy was born. That happened, that event created that structure. And remember, I read the post from a far more honest 4chan poll member who could afford to be honest from behind his anonymity screen. And he said, you know, we've dominated you by right of might. You're asking us to give that power up. Why would we do that? You know, whereas my Denmark stalker is like, there is no racism. It's all in your head, and the society is just the way society is. It's like this is there's no problems. You're just whining for nothing. Whereas from his honest place, the white supremacist says, yeah, I conquered you because I want to hoard everything just for me, and I'm pretending everything is fine as part of my plan for maintaining my dominance as long as I can. And I'll do whatever to do so, which includes mass media indoctrination to make you think a certain thing, including along with subjugation through finance and subjugation through terror and like every other tool in my toolkit, voter suppression, all of it. I'll do whatever it takes to maintain my dominant economic, social, political position. That's white supremacy. Speaking from its honest place. My Denmark stalker doesn't know how to do that. He's committed to spin jobbing it and making like Rashid is crazy. I very well may be. But I'm also speaking truth to power, and that comes with a piece of crazy. Somebody asked me earlier, you know, I love this piece. Could you I would like you to like do more colorism stuff, do more stuff touching on colorism, you know. And occasionally I'll, like I said before, I'll hit lesser subtopics inside of the anti-racism thing. I do those sometimes, like the relationship stuff. I'll hit colorism. I'll hit, you know, but I don't spend a lot of time there because those represent symptoms of the greater problem. You know, I'll mention mass incarceration, the the for-profit prison industrial complex. I'll mention those things and hit on them and do occasional cartoon, but I don't live there because those are tools of the oppressor. These are tools, symptoms of the problem. You know, the stuff Moynihan was going on about, and that, you know, that those kind of things are symptoms deep inside of the machine. This is the stuff that happens. This is often stuff that he uses to direct. Now, I'll bring it up when my white supremacist foe pretends these are things inherent to my family, and then he acts like he didn't have nothing to do with it. Yeah, now I'm talking about it because you're a liar, and this is what you did. This is the symptom of your evil on my people, that you're pretending that this is just me. There's a jackass over in BitChute who just this morning or just now, who said the same thing. This is how black people are, and like inherently, and you know, that nonsense. When you talk that trash, now I got to address a symptom because you're trying to make it look like a certain thing. That's the entire point of that black on black crime trope. He ignores his own poor whites cutting up, and for the exact same reasons they cut up as the poor, because the poor function the way they function. You know, if you don't have the high quality education and ethics and stuff passed along through generations that you all, as a family, you uphold, if you don't have that, if the only thing you're passing along through generations are low generational curses, and that's your inheritance, then you're going to behave that way. That's how the poor are. They have to be taught and trained and groomed up into seeing their place in civilization different. And once they see it, then they'll want something different. But sometimes there's a particular type of poor mindset that even when they see it, they still don't want it. We'll revisit that. We'll revisit that later. Okay. But the idea of success inside of a society that was usurped by a figure who through taking advantage of particular circumstances was able to attain a dominant position and then grow the lead of that dominant position and then do everything in his power with that unlimited money to maintain that dominant position for centuries. Okay? He's making sure that the gap is so deep that if I do get my reparations, if I do come into now I'm a protected class with money, that he's trying to make sure that that gap is so far that I still can't compete with him. That'll still maintain the bare minimum effort. He can still like make sure I'm down there and I'm not looking him directly in the eye. He's okay. Enjoy your little tiny money. I'm stay up here with my quadrillion, triple quadrillion like bank account. You enjoy your little trillions or whatever. It's cute. That's what he wants to do. That's the entire point of the just wait and go slow, and like he's trying to give them all protected class status and unlimited money and make sure they're okay as far as the families that have agreed to this. That portion of the aristocracy, they want to make sure they're way up there. So that when they do, okay, now I will reluctantly give you your reparations. Here. Now I'm like, okay, I'm free. I'm not the slave class anymore. Finally, thanks. Finally got some money. Finally, like, out of the poor class. Now I can finally, like, now that I'm there, he wants to be so high He don't even want to be on planet no more. He wants to like build a mansion on Ganymede or whatever. That's the point of the go slow, just wait stuff. He just wants to make sure that I'm nowhere near, because remember, he hates competition, hates it. He doesn't want to compete fairly, hates that. He hates the concept of it. His patron saint is John D. Rockefeller, who was like, competition is a sin. That's his patron saint. That's how he thinks. It's all about the monopoly. Only I get to have good things. That's how he thinks. So, if I'm going to pretend to be magical white Jesus, the epitome of all that is good in humans, if he's going to pretend to be that way, eventually he's going to have to like be that way or just lean full into evil. You know, he's either going to do the other way. He can't milk this forever. He's going to have to take a stand. So he's going to, if he takes the stand of like pretending to be what he's actually saying all the time, he's like, I'm the good guy. Therefore, here's your reparations. Here, damn it. For him, on his timeline, from his point of view, that will only happen when he's comfortably far ahead, to the point of ridiculousness. That even quadrupling, flipping trillions and trillions of reparations dollars, I still won't be able to catch him. That's where you really want. I'm chilling up here in my mansion made out of pure gold on, a continent of Ganymede, Bezos 2 or whatever it's called. And then you can do whatever with your little reparations. I don't care. I'm comfortably out of the game now. I've got so far. You'll either do that, or he'll flip the switch, and now we're officially a communist nation, and all the demonic blood evil that came from that trash, doesn't matter what they say, history shows what it will be. Yeah. So it'll be one or the other. He's trying to get that one. He's trying to be, let's just here's your reparations, and then I'll see you all later, and then be off planet or whatever his ultimate form of like spending that super money looks like. You probably catch glimpses of what he's planning from listening to Rogan and Elon Musk and them talk about the cyborg trash. Listening to them talk, you could probably catch glimpses there. All right, but that's what this cartoon is for. It's like the concept of black success inside of a fundamentally transformed society that only benefits white people. The best that I can do to be successful is to be that guy's lackey. That's the best I can do. In his society, according to his rules, the best I can do as a black American who is not white, is designed to he's tilted it towards whiteness. The best that I can do as a black person is to be a lackey to whiteness. So success for the next person, it might be all you want. I don't know, like immigrants show up, they love that. You're like, sure, sign me up. I'll be an asshole too. But for me and the people I identify with, I don't want to be that. I want true success. I want the full promise of the 1866 Civil Rights Act. That's what I want. I want the return of my inheritance wealth and full economic inclusion into a protected class of wealth building ownership. Full. That's what I want. Everything you get to do, I get to do. But he doesn't believe in that. He believes in the monopoly. So that's the fundamental conflict in race relations in America. Not race relations, but lineage-based race relations between the American descendants of slavery versus the white racist aristocracy. That's the fundamental nature of our conflict. He wants to, like, mine, only mine, like Daffy Duck. And I want, I am a full citizen too. Get out of the way. Move over. Okay. Peace.